back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, it's Saturday. It's time for more RimWorld. So a brief catching us all up to speed here in RimWorld. There needs to be a brief catching us up all to speed here in that some people, names will not be mentioned, but some people may have possibly forgotten to save last week. So if there's a bit of time travel involved with today's RimWorld, if we're seeing things that we may have possibly seen before, that's why I kind of, whoops, just sort of X'd out of RimWorld and completely forgot to save it. Birdbrains, welcome, welcome, welcome. Addie joins. Did you join before? Because I genuinely don't know. I don't even know what we're doing. Apparently I've completed a quest. Oh, good. Good for me. Yay. I X'd out of RimWorld last week without saving it, so I'm kind of not really sure what's going on anymore. Art, welcome, welcome, welcome. But apparently Addie has joined. I don't remember who Addie is or what Addie does. Vosseros, welcome, you and your eggplant. But apparently Addie is vitally important, so I'm not sure how far back in time we've got, but we've gone a little bit farther back in time than I might ordinarily like. Anyway, I'm sure it'll all work out. Do I have a bedroom for Addie? I do now. Oh, actually, Addie, you can have the nice bedroom. There's no reason you can't have that. Go ahead and have yourself a nice bedroom. Treat yourself a little bit. Gotta get a fact right off the bat. Yeah, you really do, Birdbrains, need to regain the crown. Bobcat has been all over the random facts lately. You just haven't been here to, hold your throne, as it were. So I think we'll need to see that pretty much immediately. I'm going to go ahead and say pretty much immediately on that. Let me run. Do I have power down here? I do have power down here. I just weirdly don't have a light down here. I'm not sure why I didn't put a light in Addie's room, but there you go, Addie. And I guess you're lacking a ranged weapon, are you? Okay, I'll see what I can do about that. Do I have any ranged weapons kicking around? I do, actually. Got an auto pistol here, a machine pistol, whatever it is. Yeah, go ahead and have that. Addie, what are you actually good at? And have we seen you before? Because I really don't know. I have no idea. I just X'd out of RimWorld, and it's all going to be fine. Everything's going to be 100% fine. You're rather good at animals, actually. You're better at animals than many other people. Wow, we've got a lot of people who are good at animals. And I've blinged up the crown. Gotta make the fight worth it. Indeed. Indeed. You're quite good at hunting. Okay. Sorry, everyone does growing and constructing and mining around here. Even if you're not good at it, you still have to do it. Those are the rules. I'll give you something in crafting because you can do it. You can technically do it, so you may as well. Apart from that, what the heck else are we doing? We're still working on the throne room. Oh, I see we found some steel in here. Oh, well, that kind of blows out my plans for the throne room. Well, maybe I'll make a door out of that or something. I don't know. Now, everyone's at risk of a minor break. What are the problems here? Well, first of all, we could get the power generator actually operational. Yeah, go ahead and refuel that, somebody, when you get a chance, please. Particularly Reed, because I just told you to do that. Random fact with Birdbrains, the XP79 flying chainsaw. I already like it. I don't even need to read the rest of the fact. I already like it because it's called the Flying Chainsaw. Was an experimental American jet interceptor developed during World War II and called the Flying Chainsaw. And there's really nothing else we need to know. That pretty much does it right there. I think Bobcat is going to be highly pressed to deal with that one. Addie, what are you doing? You're cutting plants? You're harvesting rice? Really? We're getting rice in the middle of winter? I mean, I'm not complaining. Food's food, but I didn't expect to get rice in the middle of winter. I should put some more shelves up around here. That'd probably be a good idea. I bet people would like that. Yeah, me too, Vosseros. I'm already a fan of the Flying Chainsaw. Why wouldn't you be? Why would you not love something called the Flying Chainsaw? Now, if I put you here, how about I put you here, 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 and here? I've really got to think about extending the freezer at some point. It's going to get a little cramped, especially once we hit summer. And, oh god, there's a huge fire. There's a massive fire over here. I should probably... Oh, there's two massive fires. There's multiple massive fires. Everything's on fire. Every single thing is on fire right now. Except that animal there. That animal is not on fire. I'd kind of like it if it was, because I'd like to eat it. Socks have already been knocked off. Oh, mine are still on. Mine are still on, but it's kind of a pain in the neck to, reach down and grab my socks. That seems like way too much work, so I won't do that. But yeah, okay, Addie's doing that. Who's working on... Shield is working on the throne room still. Oh, there's more steel over here, which is awesome, but I really had that earmarked out for the throne room. Cycrano, welcome. You hate grapes. That's unfortunate. Didn't you eat a lot of grapes yesterday? Or do you hate grapes because you ate a lot of grapes yesterday? Are you all graped out, as the kids say these days? I'm you know what? I'm trademarking that phrase. That's my phrase now. Don't anyone else use that phrase. I'm gonna get that phrase, I don't know, trending or something. All graped out. Used reinforced magnesium armor to protect it as it sliced through the tails of enemy bombers. The pilot would lie down prone to reduce the cross-section, scrapped after the war ended. Why? That sounds like the best plane ever in the history of planes. It just cut other planes into pieces. They should never have scrapped that. They should have made more. Those should be commercial jets. I should be able to travel on one of those. I want to see those at my airport. I want to see a flying chainsaw, and I get to be a passenger in it. I notice, guys, we have some more steel over here. If you could, get all of that, please. I would appreciate it. Get into there, get that steel. We're a little shy on steel. Yeah, no, I totally agreed, Vossross. Best plane ever. I want to see those at my local airport. I want JetBlue and United and Delta. I want them all using those planes and taking out other planes. I'd like an element of danger when I travel internationally or even domestically. I don't care. I want an element of danger. I want my commercial flight to be fighting with a flying chainsaw with other commercial flights. This is what I'd like to see happening basically now. I have not traveled in a while, probably a couple of years, but I want that immediately. That will get me out of my seat and to the airport sort of nowish. We've started building the wall, the Great Wall, as one does in RimWorld. I could throw a tiny little section over here. That wouldn't hurt. I'll make a little trap corridor in there. Just give me structures. Do it out of steel, if you could, please. Let's do that and that. And then we're going to bring things up like this. And we're going to put a whole bunch of traps in here. We're just going to put a whole bunch of traps in here. It's going to be trap crazy, a very trap-centric area to the colony. Gotta make sure I leave myself enough room to fix them later. Never saw them in Top Gun. What the heck, film me? Well, maybe Top Gun 2. Maybe it'll come out in Top Gun 2. I've already seen that I've probably just trapped some colonists in there, and they haven't even started building that yet. So give me a steel spike trap, sort of like this. Not my best trap corridor, but it'll get the job done. You don't worry. I'll put another one up here. Why not? And then go back to structures and this, and then a whole bunch of doors can go in here, and, I don't know, here? Yeah, sure, why not? Makes sense to me. Everyone realized it was a bad idea to fly straight into bombers. No, it's not. No, I was not involved in that study. I would have said otherwise. I would have said it's a great idea to travel straight into bombers. Oh, yeah, this guy died. You know what? I actually don't want the drugs. I think we have some people who have problems along those lines in the colony, so I don't think we'll do that. You had grape picking today, and it was exhausting. Last year, just more because we had a lot more grapes. I am exhausted. Hence your hatred of grapes. I see where you're going with that. Okay, I'm going to speed it along here because, well, everyone's asleep, and nothing is happening in RimWorld. I also don't have any lights in the prison. That's going to be fussy. They're going to hate that. You guys can have a light, I don't know, over there. And while I'm here, I may as well make the prison somewhat more comfortable. They'll enjoy that. It's not going to be a luxury prison by any stretch of the imagination, but... Oh, I already put these in. I already put all those in. Prison is as good as it's going to get. Never mind. Prison is as good as it's going to get. Flying Chainsaw was like the Defiant in Star Trek DS9. Yeah, exactly. Just full speed ahead, warp speed, Mr. Sulu. Exactly. Just smash into something until it goes away. Oh, we finished that bedroom. That's good. I don't have anyone to put in it, but I'm glad we finished it. Okay, what other nonsense could I be getting to? Any 0%ers want to get murdered? Some hares and rats. Not really. Not really. I might draft a hunting party to go up against some of the tougher ones. I'm not sure. I mean, we've got plenty of meat. I've got no shortage of meat for right now. And winter is halfway over already. And I've got my indoor growing area up. What am I doing? Potatoes and cotton. Fair enough. And why don't you harvest this heel root while you're in the neighborhood, please? What else could I be getting up to around here? Oh, the lights are on over there. That's good. People will like that. Is there anything? What are my quests? Do I have any quests going? I really don't remember. Just the ship to the stars. Okay, so kind of a bit of a slow period here in RimWorld. Well, then I'll just keep building the wall. We'll just keep moving along on the wall idea until we've walled this place up. So get me more steel walls. Oh, this is going to take them forever to build. Get this going sort of here-ish and then here-ish. And then we'll bring that out. No, I kind of want to keep that space, actually. Now that I've said that out loud. Go back in here. Let's get that canceled. And let's do that completely differently, except kind of the same of what I just did. So get that to go all the way along there. And then a whole bunch of spike traps can live here. And by a whole bunch, I mean like 5. Basically 5. And then, yeah, they'll have to come out that way anyway. So that'll work. That'll be fine. That'll work right there. And then doors. Don't forget the doors. So they can get in and out of here without killing themselves, which is always in the win column. I don't think you need a door there. Okay. You kids get along moving on that, please, if you could. So that's going to be that side, sort of the eastern side walled off. I could throw down... Ooh, there's some good stuff up here. Get all of those compacted components there. Don't forget to mine those out. And then let's put another wall right there. That'll keep the peasants out. That'll do some good work there. Don't need the plebes rushing in and thinking we've got an awesome base. Oh, more steel, more mining, more everything. All right. Get all of that done, and then zoom out for me. I want to see what the people are up to today. What do you guys got going on? Are you all just basically building my wall? Yeah, you've all rushed down to build the wall. You're all just jammed out to build the wall. Good. That's exactly what I want you to do. Shield, you're wicked into mining. You love the mining. It was originally rocket-powered, but the engines were fussy, so they switched to jets. Yeah, sensible. I feel rocket-powered, you're not going to get the accuracy with the chainsaw side of things. I feel with the jet you have more control. The pilot can more accurately aim the chainsaw part of the jet. Because chainsaw. Can we all just remember chainsaw? I think it's very important to remember that we had a plane that deliberately dove into other planes to mess them up. Shield, why are you so into the mining? Are you just really good at mining? Did I put you on like a 2 or a 1 or something? Where are you here? Shield. You aren't. Yeah, you are on 2 mining, and you're actually not very good at it. You're not very good at it, but you'll get better. You get better. Every time you append the fact I love the plane more. Exactly. It only keeps getting better. I can't believe these things were taken out of production. Oh, Kalian, you have very successfully trapped yourself in there. Wow, you really, really messed that up. Badly. I need somebody to go rescue. Hang on, slow it down. Oh, Kalian, you just teleported out of there. Good deal. I didn't know you could do that. Well done. Well done. No, get rid of this, and then just put the wall back, because Kalian seems to have figured it out. Oh, I didn't realize they could teleport. Yay! You can teleport, Kalian. Well done. You guys are all over here doing that. Oh, we finished doing a harp. Right. Why did I want a harp? We'll get going on noble apparel, because we're going to need that sooner rather than later. When Painstingle becomes emperor or something. So yeah, you're still only a yeoman. Why don't I move you to the front, Painstingle? Because I need to remember that you're in charge around here. So you're going to need noble apparel at some point. It never entered production. That is sad. That is sad. Not only should it enter production, it should be the only production. It should be the only planes people can fly. Can you buy one custom made? Exactly what I was thinking, Boss Ross. Yeah, does it have color options? I'd like something in a red and black, something really dangerous looking, and I'd want them to paint one of those shark mouths on the front. Or, I don't know, maybe Duke Nukem? Possibly I could go with that. Something along those lines. Something that says, I'm coming at you with giant pointy teeth, and I'm going to rip your plane up. Because you are. I mean, there's no getting around it. You are going to rip their plane up. Okay, where else are we going to take the wall? Wall up there, got that. Well, I may as well just spend this time doing the wall. Although I'm going to start to run shy on steel very soon. Very, very soon. Do we have stone blocks being made? We do. Quite a few, in fact. Who is allegedly on crafting duty? Not a lot of people. Kalian is. And Legua, you're pretty good at it. Why don't you go down to a 2 on that? Cool thing is if you crash it, the fire will be white because of the magnesium armor. Now, I don't remember a lot about chemistry from high school, but I seem to remember, magnesium equals stupid dangerous. That's pretty much my takeaway about magnesium. That's my bullet point about magnesium. Is magnesium stupid crazy dangerous. Don't be near it. But no, we're going to paint a plane in it. Fair enough. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Major break risk, you say. Major break risk. What is the problem, Weber? Do you need another grill? You are... Oh, your proposal was rejected, and your recreation starved. Okay, have I not put up a chess table yet? Apparently I have not. Okay, I thought I had, if I'm honest, and I am. All right, Weber, will you be okay if I give you a chess table? I hear that's a thing the kids are into these days. All the kids are all about chess. If I put one... Okay, I've got an idea, Weber. I'm going to make all your dreams come true here. Put a door there, and then put... Whoozy McWhat's-it there? Recreation. Chess table can go in there. We're going to make this a little rec room. Make this a little recreation area here. Quest. Okay, I'll look at that in a sec. Looks like a quest to go somewhere else, so I'm probably not going to do that. But we'll think about it. We'll have a think about it. Why don't you be up there? And then when you get a chance, guys, could you please smooth these surfaces? Thank you. Make it look all nice and pretty in there. Okay, collection of valuables. We intercepted a message about a collection of valuables from Stabby's Hope, advanced components, and a skill trainer. Yaha. Okay, but it's going to be far away. I don't really care. It's actually not that far away, but it's far enough away, frankly, that we're just not prepared to go outside at this point. Magnesium, don't look at the fire. Potassium plus water equals fire. Wait, what? Potassium plus water equals fire. How does that work? Spike Little Girl, welcome, welcome. Okay, let me try that one again. Potassium plus water equals fire. Fun with sprinklers on the football field. So, if I combine potassium and water, it makes fire? Isn't that against, all nature? Isn't fire the exact opposite of water and vice versa? You know what? I'm inclined to trust Sally Cat. I'm going to go with... Look, who am I going to listen to in the science department? It's going to be the person who's dissected a human brain with a laser. So, yeah, sure. Potassium plus water equals fire. Why not? Yeah, magnesium, I was always remember being like, just don't go anywhere near it. You're just all going to die if you go anywhere near magnesium. But I didn't know about the potassium thing. Oh, Greek fire. Isn't that one of those things where you make napalm out of orange juice? I don't remember how that works, but I briefly remember owning the Anarchist Cookbook, and I think that was a thing. Something about orange juice. There's some way to make orange juice very, very dangerous. And not just by forcing people to drink 30 gallons of it, which would probably be dangerous in and of itself. But somehow you can set it on fire. It's something along those lines. It's like gasoline and orange juice. I probably shouldn't be saying this. I'm probably going to get popped on another watch list and possibly have somebody at my door for doing that. So, yeah, probably best bet is not actually talking about how to make napalm out of household ingredients. So we won't do that. That's probably a bad idea. Addie, I see you're up and about, my new colonist. Would you like a hat? I don't think I have any kicking around, but I might be able to make some for you. What is that? Oh, flak jacket. Addie, go put that on. I feel like you should have that. Go wear a flak jacket. And maybe I'll get you a hat. I'll get you a hat. You can have a hat. You can have a bowler hat. Who doesn't want a bowler hat? Potassium in water is worth the YouTube. Okay. I'm inclined to go with that. That is totally fine. I didn't know you could set fire to things that are within water. I just didn't think that's how water functioned. Oh, we've made all the shelves and they've defaulted to weapons. Of course they have, because that's very, very silly. Right, so you can have meals and raw food, and chocolate and pemmican. Okay, and nothing else. And then copy that, put, oh, no, put that on that, and then put it on that, and then put it on that. Okay, get the weapons out of there, please, people. I don't know why, nobody knows why RimWorld shelves default to weapons. If anyone knows the answer to that question, please enlighten me, because I haven't the slightest idea. But they do. Any shelf you built defaults to weapons. It doesn't make any sense. It'd probably be... I would never store weapons on a shelf. I mean, I wouldn't... I might in the real world, but in RimWorld, that's the least important thing that you're going to put on a shelf, because they don't stack. YouTubing as we speak. Birdbrains will figure it out. Birdbrains has got this all day. I have faith in Birdbrains. How are my potatoes coming? 43% grown. Yeah, okay. That's basically fine. Reed, I see you're changing clothes. Is your thing terrible? Your parka was fine, Reed. It's 97% parka. That means it's pretty much all parka. It's only 3% not parka. I should get a campfire going. That would not be a very silly idea. And start burning some of the useless clothes just so they don't take up space, I think. How are the walls coming? Not great. Not great. Somebody put a door up in here, please, by the way. Thank you. And then let me swing down here. Okay, this one's getting there. This one's done. That's nice. And then this one is already done. I feel random fact with Birdbrains coming on as soon as BB gets back. Yeah, probably be something about potassium and water. I have no doubt. Be something along the lines of potassium plus water equals hot death. We made a bowler hat. Okay. Addie, would you like to wear a bowler hat? Please say yes, because I'm putting one on your head anyway. It's even a good bowler hat. It's a good birdskin bowler hat. That'll be excellent. Who doesn't want that? I want that. Leguo, what are you up to do? You're going to go cut stone blocks. Excellent. Good. That's what I want. I want lots of stone blocks, because I'd prefer to not make things out of steel if I can avoid it. I should also start to get the corridor going down here, because that was kind of the whole point of this. I don't want to build that out of steel, though. Not if I can help it. Elemental potassium doesn't exist in the wild, but elemental potassium plus water is a very exothermic reaction. I think that means hot. I'm pretty confident on that, which also produces hydrogen gas. This sounds like something that I'm required to know playing Oxygen Not Included. Is this going to come up in Oxygen Not Included? Because it sounds like it's going to, and it's going to make me cry. Sassy wants a bowler hat, made out of birdskin, I imagine. Potassium plus water is dope. That's not so much a fact as an opinion. But yeah, I get it. I see where you're going with that. I would love to construct this corridor out of stone blocks. I've got quite a bit of granite kicking around. I could make things out of granite. Let's get a granite wall to run here. Yeah, like... Ooh, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Run it like that. It's going to be a big corridor, but it'll be fine. It's all going to be 100% fine. Put a door over here. And then run the corridor like that. And then call me when you're done. And then put a door over here. And then call me when you're done with that too. And then maybe I'll disassemble that. Maybe I won't. I haven't made a decision on that yet. Yeah, that'll basically work. That's going to basically work. Get me to smoothing some more surfaces here if we could. Thank you. And what are you doing in here? Building the chess table. Okay, things are progressing. Things are progressing. Things are happening. Things are working along here nicely. Addie, what are you off to do? Are you building? Are you building, Addie? Yeah, you're building. Okay, good. Good. No progress on the wall up here. Don't really want to outline the wall down here until I am sure that I'm going to have enough steel to do all of this. And then I just got to work on the one down here. That's going to be a little bit more fidgety. Little tiny bit more fidgety. And I want to put up another geothermal plant. Don't kill birds for hats. The Audubon Society was founded on not making bird hats. Huh. Who knew? Well, you knew, for a start. I didn't know that. Not making bird hats. Okay, I don't need to own a bird hat, per se. I'm just saying if there were a few feathers in it, it would make it festive and delightful and enchanting. That's all I'm saying. Festive, delightful, and enchanting. And all we have to sacrifice is a single bird. I think the Audubon Society might be taking things a little bit too far. Because, you know, what with the festive thing? Surely they're not against festive. Who can be anti-festive? No one, I say. Oh, we've already banged out noble apparel. Good. We've got gunsmithing. Am I just going to make a dash for microelectronics? I might. What else? What are my other options back here? You know what? Just bang out Devil Strand. Gonna want it sooner rather than later. I'm gonna want it anyway, so we may as well get that done. If you kill all the marsh birds, you'll have no egrets. Aha! I see what you did there. Phosphorus, did you approve that one? Did that go through some sort of vetting process? Because it's good, I gotta tell you. If you didn't approve it, you should have. Are you blocked by something? No. Okay, it's just not very windy out. That's fair. Fair enough. I can see that. Anyone want to come and get these weapons out of here? No? We're all just cool, chilling out with the weapons in here? That's fine. Talking about hats for birds. Hats for birds is a whole other thing. That's a very complicated... They don't sit well for haberdashery appointments, Art. They just don't sit well. It's hard to fit them properly. I mean, you can, but really... It's the thing about training a pig. It wastes your time and it annoys the pig. Same with getting a hat for birds. It wastes your time and it annoys the birds. Birds are not known for wearing hats. Not traditionally, anyway. Some of the more dignified, classy birds, sure. But your average bird on the street, or in the air, as the case may be, not so much with wearing hats. It interferes with their flight. It messes up their aerodynamics. Right now, PETA, who wants no animal clothing, is butting heads with the environmental groups who want no plastic. So we'll just have no clothes. Yeah, I've often wondered, like, if every group had their dream, we'd have, like, nothing. We'd have no stuff. They're too flighty. Aha! Aha! So, yeah, we can't have anything made out of animals. We can't have anything made out of plastics. Or, you know, like petroleum products. And basically, virtually everything you're looking at or touching right now was in some way involved with petroleum. Whether it was the creation of it or getting it to you. So, I don't know what we get left if we stop all the animals and all the petroleum stuff. It's basic. I don't know. Can we cut down? Okay, can we cut down trees? No, that'll be an environmental thing too. We could start making. I guess we could make sort of clothing out of wood in some way, but that's probably not going to fly with the don't cut down the tree people. So I'm not really sure what we have left. Seaweed makes nice yarn. Okay, is seaweed endangered in some way? Is there a shortage of seaweed? If 7 billion people start dressing in seaweed, are we going to exhaust the world's seaweed supply? And I'm going to say, do we care about that? But I'm sure something eats seaweed, and then the food chain thing starts. So I think we just don't get to have anything. We just have nothing at all. And I'm going to say we can eat dirt, but I think probably best case scenario, we don't. Because I'm sure something more important than us eats the dirt. And we would be taking dirt away from them. So it's a little sticky when everyone gets their dream. What are you guys up to? Oh, you're just kind of chilling, having a bite to eat. Blocks are being moved to my new corridor. I do have a lot of building going on. I don't really have the staff to do this. They still haven't gotten over here. Are we out of wood? No, we're not even close to being out of wood. Why haven't you people built my doors? Seaweed is a national dish in Wales. Have you talked to environmentalists about that, Art? Are people concerned about your consumption of seaweed? Are people concerned about the Welsh at all? I don't mind covering everyone in body paint if we raise the temperature of the planet to get rid of winter. Yeah, well, we did have that discussion that just from sheer numbers, everyone on the planet could live in Texas. So it's not so much a case of getting rid of winter. We just all need to move to the equator. With just a whole strip of humans around the planet at the equator and nowhere else. I mean, the people who live in the tropical areas will be really annoyed by that when 7 billion people move in. But that's the solution. We just body paint, and you could really express yourself with body paint. You could paint fun slogans on yourself. It'd be like you had a t-shirt with slogans, but you could change the slogan every single day. Problem with global warming is the ice age that must follow. Yeah, but we all just, as humans, I think we're all kind of prone to the, it's not going to be in my lifetime, so I don't care philosophy. I know I'm very guilty of that. Body paint is not breathable. Plant fiber fabric is more breathable. Now here's the thing. Because we're always going to bring it back to James Bond in some way. So in Goldfinger, there's the scene where whomever the woman is painted entirely in gold and dies. And James Bond comes in and says, aha, they didn't leave a strip of bare skin for the skin to breathe. Our skin doesn't breathe. Now, I'm no biologist or doctor, but our skin is not the thing doing the breathing. And this is not me. This was reading, it was basically like, a little listicle of debunking things that are in James Bond. And that scene in Goldfinger is like, that person would never have died. The skin doesn't breathe. We breathe through our noses. We're all very clear on that. So she would not have died from that. There are other complications that could have arisen from painting your entire body gold, but not just keeling over and dying of suffocation, which was the implication in James Bond, is somehow suffocated from being painted completely gold. Mythbusters tested the Goldfinger thing and survived. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't play out. It doesn't actually work. So, I mean, it was convenient for the movie. It made sense for the movie because, no one's sitting in the movie theater going, hey, hang on, I know a lot about the human body and paint. I don't think that would play. Did Mythbusters test on I assume you mean naked woman. Yeah, there we go. Thought so. Yeah, or a baked woman. That's a whole other James Bond movie, I think. Although it was nice to see the callback in whatever the Pierce Brosnan was, where they find the woman completely covered in oil. That was a nice touch. Well done. Did you know you can get a golden Tommy gun in Empire Sin with the deluxe or premium edition? I did not, and I've stated my position on Empire of Sin, which is I don't know enough about it to gamble on it for that kind of price. Not going to happen. Baldur's Gate 3, absolutely, because I have no doubt that's going to be insanely, ridiculously good. I would do it on Wasteland 3 because I know I'd enjoy that. It's just I'll wait for Wasteland 3 to go on a deep discount at some point. It's probably about due for that, actually. It's been out long enough that they'll probably throw a few percentage points off on that. But I may even wait till next summer and just do it in the next Steam summer sale. I have no doubt I'll enjoy Wasteland 3. I've already played the demo of it, or whatever the initial thing was of it, Kickstarter demo or whatever. But not for Empire of Sin. I don't know enough about it, and I definitely have not seen enough gameplay. The trailers they have up on Steam are not representative of gameplay. So until somebody actually starts putting out real, actual gameplay footage of it, I'm not doing anything. Because I almost got caught out with Company of Crime. I looked at Company of Crime and said, "Ooh, wow, this looks right up my alley." And then I sat back and watched some gameplay of it. Like, okay, this is a lot more Phantom Doctrine than XCOM. And although there's a broad part of me does like Phantom Doctrine, but it was just wholly unbalanced. And I saw exactly the same thing in Company of Crime, which is you show up, you've got like 2 turns to do your thing, and then a million reinforcements show up, and you just have no shot. You're completely, Mel, welcome! You're completely outnumbered. And Phantom Doctrine did the same thing. So really what it was is you were just doing the same mission over and over and over again. And you got through mostly by luck. You were just hoping that the enemy would miss more than they would hit because they grossly outnumbered and outgunned you. And I kind of saw the same thing in Company of Crime, which is why I didn't bite on it. Diamond, welcome, welcome. Better late than never. I am just glad you're here, Diamond. I am just glad you're here. Oddjaw's hat was a weapon in one of the James Bond games after GoldenEye. I used to love it. I would be surprised if it wasn't, frankly. It's a great weapon. Although the parody in Austin Powers is, who throws a shoe? Who throws a hat? Who does throw a hat? Well, Oddjob does. At least a hat is, or at least his hat, was vaguely aerodynamic. I get that. And apparently razor sharp. And let's not all forget, John Steed used his hat as a weapon many times because it was basically steel. It was like a metal hat, and he used to just knock people out with it. Right around the same time Oddjob came out. Coincidence? Read the book. What are we doing? Oh, we're smoothing walls. Oh, goody. I like that. People will like this room more. I should put down some flooring. I should cut down some trees. That would be a good first start. There's not a lot of trees left after the catastrophic fire, but there's some. There's some. The wall is coming along. This bit's done up here. Who decides who gets the crown? I don't know. I think it's kind of self-appointed, really. You know, like the British crown. The Queen just said, I'm Queen, and grabbed a crown and went about her merry way. And you guys have been falling for that ever since. But I think it's sort of self-appointed. I think you and Bobcat can basically fight it out. That's what I'm seeing going along there. Why are you... Oh, you're already earmarked to be mined. Never mind. I don't need to deal with you. How much steel do I have right now? 794. I mean, I have some bits and pieces kicking around here. Wow, there's even more steel up here. That's fantastic. It's just not where I wanted the steel. Because now I've got to rethink my entire throne room idea. Boy, I gave them a lot to mine. I really did tax them on the mining over here. I dare say the crown goes to the best fact on each stream. Must keep your crown right each stream. Oh, that's bold. That is bold. That's asking for those two to come up with something good every single week. I'm going to put this urn somewhere else. Where do I feel like this urn needs to live? How about in Reed's room? Reed has kind of a dumpy room. Let's give him something nicer over there. Do I feel prepared? Actually, I say that. I could start building more of the wall out of stone rather than steel. Not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea. How much stone do I got kicking around? Some marble. I've got a good bit of sandstone. It's soft, so it would get broken through, but that's kind of not the point. The point of the wall is not to stop people, it's to redirect them where I want them to go. Did he earn it? Yeah, I don't really care if they get stopped by the sandstone. I just need to slow them down and redirect them to where I want them to go. So that's not a bad idea. If I did sandstone wall, sort of in this direction. So, like, say this, and then over to here, give myself a gap for a trap corridor, and then over to here, and up here. Somebody go and build that for me, and then call me when you're done. And then let's get yet another nice long trap corridor going all the way over there. We'll put in some steel spike traps, because why not? That, oh, sorry, Mr. Bear, you're going to want to get out of here before the steel spike traps go in, just as a heads up. It's going to get a little dicey in this neck of the woods. And all of these trap corridors will basically eliminate any need for hunting in the future, because things like the bear are going to wander in and immediately get punctured by all the spike traps. Oh, yeah. Vosros is always going to be the first to that. Yeah, and he did all caps on it, too. He got the emphasis on it as well. So, you know, not only did he beat you to it, but I'm going to say it reads better. It flows better off the tongue. Okay, that wall is going to go up eventually. And then that leaves me just sort of the western side here. Well, that I could pop through very quickly. And then just up and over the geothermal thing. I don't really need to go all the way up. I'm not really going to use that space. So up and over geothermal. Yeah, that works. That works. Does the bear not care if you're building right next to him? No, not unless he's hungry. Not unless he... Or she, I don't know. What gender are you, bear? You are a female age 9 bear. So, no, she does not care squat until she gets hungry, and then she'll kill anything she sees. And much like a real bear, really. So, yeah, she's not protective of her territory because she'll just wander all over the map. But if she starts to get hungry, how hungry are you? Can we get an idea of how hungry you are, please? We cannot because we don't own you. The grizzly bear versus the squirrel. A scratch caused the squirrel to expire. Yep, not surprised. Bear versus squirrel. Bear is going to win every single time. Oh, hey, there's another urn up here. I'm going to put that somewhere, too. How about that lived... You know what, I'm going to put it in what will be the eventual throne room, and then I'll figure it out later. Just as long as I know it exists. That's pretty much all I need there. What is everyone else up to? Addie, you're building. Okay. Reed, you're eating. Less good. Painstingle, you're eating. Also less good. Also less good. Somebody needs to... Legua, could you refuel the generator, please? Actually, do I even need that anymore? I've got one geothermal, 2 wind turbines, and I'm going to put up another geothermal sooner rather than later. Although that does take a ton of steel. That takes so much steel to do that. How much steel does that use? Now that I've said that out loud. 340 steel. It's like half my steel almost. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, I might hold off on that. Neat that you've chosen all those stats on the bear you don't own. Yeah, I wish I had more stats on the bear I don't own. I'd like to know how hungry the bear is. The most important thing I could know about that bear is how hungry is the bear. You should own bears. They would protect you very well. They would. They absolutely would. They're tough to train. They're higher level to train. You need to be very, very good at taming to get those tamed, but it is realistic. You could do it. You know, I'm noticing, Mr. Megasloth. I'm just saying you're sitting right there. And we could use some more meat. That's all I'm saying. You're right there. Painstingle, how well are you armed? You've got that awesome sniper rifle. You've got a bow. That's terrible. Revolver, bolt-action rifle, auto pistol on Weber. Nothing much on Reed. And Addie's got the machine pistol. Okay. I'm going to draft a hunting party. Just 'cause. Weber, come here. And Legua, come here. It's not that I want to kill the Megasloth. It's just that I want to eat the Megasloth, and I want to wear the Megasloth. You know what? Even if you just got a bow, come in here anyway. You'll do some damage. It's not that I have any strong moral compunction against Megasloths. It's just that I want to eat and wear them. King Painstingle should own a war bear. Oh, that would be good. I do have a lot of people who are good at animals. It's not inconceivable that we could get up to a level where we could tame the bear. Or a bear. Probably not that bear, but a bear. Painstingle, why are you moving so slowly? Are you injured in some way? What's your deal? Okay, so team, we're all going to mass attack the Megasloth. Everybody fire! Okay, we can probably stop. We can probably just let that go die. It's going to be dead in 19 hours. Take a few more shots. See if we can just get that down a little bit more. Maybe without damaging the wind turbines. Well, I'm the one who put them there. Okay, there we go. That's pretty much solved that problem. And it wasn't really a problem. It was just me slaughtering an innocent animal who was an herbivore just quietly chewing on the grass. But we've decided that we need to wear this animal. Go. Wow, you're terrible shots. I hope this is all getting your shooting up. It better be. Oh, wow, you are terrible. You know what? Just forget it, guys. Forget it. It'll die on its own. It's all going to be fine. It's going to die eventually. I've seen the film without a paddle. Black bears will climb up with you. Brown bears will shake you down. Oh, shake you down like extort you? So when you're saying brown bears, if I encounter a brown bear in the wild, is the brown bear going to walk up and go, boy, it'd be an awful shame if something were to happen to you around here. Is this like a protection racket that bears have going, specifically brown bears? Please say yes. That would be excellent. Tyler, welcome. Oh, hang on. I've got a quest. Is it the prison warden? Oh, yeah. Just hold on to 2 prisoners. Oh, these are all really, really good. Well, the goodwill I can take or leave. An architect leg. That is so good. That's such a good reward. I don't know if I really want a nose. I'm not going to turn it down. Wow, these are really good rewards. A field hand would be excellent. But I can say I can make that, but I don't necessarily know that I'm going to get the plans for that. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? 73 jade and an architect leg. An architect leg is just crazy good. But then I could also get a bionic field hand, a bunch of silver, and a nose. The side trainers is fine. That's totally fine. But, oh, what do I take it for? I want the leg. Yeah, I'm far too much of a transhumanist to not take that. Yeah, the Mega Sloth is still alive, but that's fine. It'll die eventually. Don't turn up your nose at things. Bears are very well known for their protection rackets for picnic baskets. That's why you don't feed them at Yellowstone. Yeah, it'd be an awful shame if something were to happen to your picnic basket there. A few bucks my way, and no, nothing would happen to your picnic basket. Where is this alleged prisoner? Prisoners? Okay, they're up here. Somebody, Painstingle, we need to go capture these people. Thank you very much. And if you could capture Fluff the Healer. Fluff the Healer. It sounds like Puff the Magic Dragon, but slightly more creepy in some ways. Does somebody need a body part? I don't care, Tyler. I'm just personally somewhat of a transhumanist, so I slap bionic parts on people in RimWorld whenever humanly possible. Haha, see what I did there? Irony. Yeah, no, and the chances of coming up with another architect leg without having to pay, thousands and thousands of silver for him from a trader are slim to none. But those other rewards were really good too. Because I could have got the work hand there, which is also a bionic part, make them better at farming. But no, I'm going with the architect leg. Now that you've said that, though, Tyler, now that you've said that, let's figure out if somebody... Painstingle, you were moving very slowly. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you that an architect leg wouldn't fix. Shield has no problems. You have the venom fangs, right? Oh, maybe I should give the architect leg to Legua, because then he could move really quickly to people and bite them with venom fangs. I might do that. Legua, you may be my RoboCop. I may just completely replace all parts of you with bionic parts until you are, as Obi-Wan said, more machine than man. Weber, nothing wrong with you. Reed, nothing wrong with you, really. Abby, now you're frail. Addie, you're frail. What can I do about that? I think I can put in a bionic spine? That might help with that. I know it definitely helps with the bad back trait. I don't know if it helps with frail. You're just old. That's the problem. They love to strut about, snapping their fingers and dance fighting sharks. Walk right into McDonald's despite the sign saying no bare feet allowed. Who's the transhumanist? Oh, nobody. Me, personally. Tyler, me. Like, actually me. I wait for the day when I can just sign up to get tons of bionic parts. So I don't think I actually have... Do I have any transhumanists? Because that would be a really good question to answer. I don't think I do. I do not know, no, and... Oh, actually, Addie's a transhumanist. I didn't know that. I didn't actually check out your traits. You're also a pessimist. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. Well, maybe Addie can get the leg. Addie's really old, though. Really old. Like 77. That's just ancient. In RimWorld, it's ancient. So do I want to give Addie the leg because Addie will really like it and is a transhumanist, or do I want to give someone a little more... who's got a few more years ahead of them, really? Make Legua RoboCop. Spike Little Girl likes it. I like the idea. It would be sort of like a Mad Max RoboCop because, venom fangs. That sounds really good. I might give it to Legua. I mean, I actually didn't even read the quest very closely. How long do we have to keep these people? Watch 19 days. Okay, let's not all get up in a fuss about who's getting the leg at this point, because we ain't getting the leg for 19 days. So nothing we really need to sweat right at this exact moment. But let's at least, just because it'll boost people's social skill, why don't you reduce resistance? We're not going to recruit them because that'll kill the quest. But you can reduce resistance. There's no penalty for that. And that'll boost up people's social a little bit. That'll be nice. You know what I will put in the prison? Is a table. That way they won't have that permanent negative moodlet about not eating on a table. Give me any, and no, not that big a table. Give me a better table, the table that I actually want. That one, and then a couple of wooden chairs can go right there. There we go. That'll make you folks slightly less fussy. All I remember is there was a grisly affair. A grisly affair. I see what you did there. I see what you... Yeah, we're not getting this leg for 19 days. It's going to be like the middle of summer by the time that happens, so I'm not going to get super fussed about who's getting the leg. If anyone wanted to repair... first of all, if anyone wants to just go ahead and grab the Mega Sloth, it is dead now. That's going to be a lot of meat. That is going to be a lot of meat there. And really, guys, get the weapons off the shelves. I did change that. Anytime you wanted to do that, that'd be fine. It's probably not out of the question to start making some fine meals. We've got the goods to do it. We've got some potatoes that are going to come up pretty soon. It's going to be spring pretty soon. I think we're in a position where we could start making some fine meals rather than just subsisting on the not-so-fine meals. And in the meantime, I need to find more trees to cut down. Here's a whole bunch right here. Whole bunch of trees ready to go. Just take them all down. How's my wall coming, kids? Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's moving. Things are happening. That should be basically the entire west side locked down over here. Time for them Mega Sloth McNuggets. Indeed. You should make some clothes out of the Mega Sloth fur. Indeed. I absolutely will. It's one of the reasons I killed him. I killed him for two reasons. I wanted to eat him, and I wanted to wear him. Speaking of Mega Sloths, if you wanted to wander into the small trap corridor here, that would be fine. This is why we never need to go hunting again, because things will just wander in here and die. Because they're dumb animals, and they don't know what a trap is. Admittedly, some of them do a little bit set fire to things. I'm not going to lie about that. In fact, I'm just going to temporarily draft and undraft everyone so they're aware of the fire. Maybe we could all move on the fire. Mostly before it burns down those two wooden doors. I would appreciate that. Yeah, Kaylee and Addie, if you could kind of get in on the fire, that'd be good. I'd appreciate that. But we should really almost never need to go hunting once all the trap corridors are up. Because, as I say, animals will wander in, they will die. I got a thrumbo that way. I got, dead thrumbo. That is worth a lot of everything. But yeah, we will make something out of the Mega Sloth. Well, we'll make something anyway, really. In fact, now that I've said that, I was going to queue up some stuff, but you know what? They've got a lot going on right now, and I don't need clothes per se. I mean, it is kind of pants optional at the Wild Pants Colony here at Stabby's Hope. The bear's still kicking around. The bear's still here. The bear kind of concerns me. Because I don't have any pets for the bear to hunt. And the next choice is humans. So, that. I might organize a bit of a raiding party to raid the bear. And by raid the bear, I mean shoot the bear in the face. Vosros will be back. Excellent. You're going to watch Terminator Dark Fate. Was that the latest one? Where Sarah Connor came back? I mean, the actress who plays Sarah Connor came back. I kind of lost touch with the whole Terminator franchise after, I don't know, one of them. Anyway, I don't really remember. You should combine your trap with your restaurant. Indeed. I should just roll the trap corridor right up to the door of the freezer and let them just roll it right in. There's another urn. We have so many urns. Very urn-centric around here. I will put this urn. Oh, is this the one? Oh, is this not ours? No, it is ours. We've claimed this. They just haven't moved it. Okay, that's fair. They are putting up stone walls. That does take them like forever to do. It's not wholly surprising that it's taking them some time. What else is going on around here? No real movement on getting more of the throne room mined out. Yeah, I've got them doing too much. I think that's part of the problem here. They're just doing too many things. I don't have the staff for this. Kalian and Lagua, I notice you've taken time to just play horseshoes with your life. Thanks. Appreciate that. Nice cowboy hat, but really, we're just playing horseshoes. Yeah, it's supposed to be the true sequel to Terminator 2. Okay, so Terminator 3 didn't count. Terminator, whatever the one was where, I don't know, there's like the guy and he doesn't know he's a Terminator, but he really is, and then John Connor likes him in the end. I don't remember which one that was, but it was okay. Was Christian Bale in that? That's probably why I watched it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Christian Bale was in that, and that's why I watched it. So I remember that one. Wasn't there another one? And then there's this one. How many Terminators are there? Last time I saw a part of a Terminator movie was the one where they revisited the events of the other more well-known movie, Forrest Gump. I'm a bit of a diehard. The first Terminator was all the Terminator I needed in my life. It's all the because when you're making a movie that revolves around time travel and then you make a bunch of sequels, you're just kind of breaking your own first stories over and over again. Because time travel is a very easy plot to poke holes in. It's an extremely easy plot to poke holes in. That's why I don't like time travel stories generally. Because it's very easy to say, well, why, if you can time travel, why didn't you just solve the problem in the first place? And then people come up with all sorts of excuses as to why the Terminator franchise couldn't solve its own problems because they have time travel, clearly. But it never seems to make sense. It's just it's a cheap way of storytelling. It's a cheap method of storytelling. Avengers Endgame. It's a very, very... I think the only thing that trumps time travel as a Deus Ex Machina cheap bit of storytelling is the dream sequence. I woke up and it was all a dream. And we're taught not to do that in elementary school writing classes. So when you go to time travel, Avengers Endgame, and you say that this is how we're going to solve all the problems that we've created, Avengers Endgame, then I kind of tune out. Because it's just cheap. It's easy. Oh, time travel. Therefore, we can solve all of our problems. Avengers Endgame. Sorry, I have a bit of a cough. Avengers Endgame. That is developed talking about time travel. You see, they did 4 Terminator films before Dark Fate. Oh, okay. I thought there was another one in there somewhere. I don't know why. Well, then I've seen 1, 2, and 4. I've never actually seen Terminator 3. I just didn't care. I just like, no, I don't really need to see that. No specific reason to see that. I enjoyed the Terminator TV series. Did I see that? I feel like I did. No, you know what? I read the comic books. I don't know if one was based on the other, but I read the comic books, or at least a couple of them. Nick Stahl took on the role in 3, Christian Bale for 4. Okay, so that was the one that I saw. Yeah, Christian Bale, because he's one of those movie openers for me. If Christian Bale is in it, I am already interested in that. Feel that way about Jason and Mike Myers and Freddy. Just killed them already, stay dead. Yeah, I can forgive that because it's goofy anyway. I mean, I don't think anyone is trying to say that Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is trying to be, great cinema in any way. But if you are going to, I get it, just let them die. But I can kind of forgive that because it's just a goofy slasher pick, so it doesn't really matter. So Dark Fate made 6. Okay, I missed 5. I remember it existing, and I couldn't tell you a darn thing about it. Could not tell you a darn thing about it. Remember the RoboCop TV show? I have vague recollections of that. Star Trek Voyager, the ship got destroyed and the crew abandoned the ship, but they reverted it with time travel and carried on. Yeah, it's just cheap, Birdbrains. It's easy. Oh, any of our problems. Time travel. Avengers Endgame. So it's a very, very cheap piece of storytelling, and I think it's just a bad piece of writing. It's just bad writing. Oh, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I remember those now. I don't think I ever watched them, but I remember it. Hate when movies kill off a bad guy and then bring them back for a sequel or a masked character gets unmasked. That could be hit or miss. It was okay in the initial James Bond movies when they kind of kept bringing Blofeld back, and then it got really, really goofy in the Roger Moore era. But then the Roger Moore era was really, really goofy. Roger Moore, except for maybe his first 2 James Bond movies, was basically playing a parody of James Bond movies. I mean, look, I'm a huge James Bond fan. I really am. I absolutely love the movies. But I think we're all on the same page that everything that happened between like 1980 and 1990 was a parody of James Bond movies. They were just goofy comedies of a James Bond movie. I'm going to go... Speaking of transhumanisms, let's get prosthetics going along. And then I'll do sterile materials. Let's Let's give some upgrades to people. Let's give some upgrades. Okay, T1, T2, T3. Salvation. That's the one with Christian Bale. Genesis, that was that weird one that just kind of came and went, and I recall everyone hating it. Just absolutely hating it. So yeah, that's the one I never saw. And Terminator 3, I've never seen that either. Don't like when character does the memory erase ending. Yep, that can be a cheap piece of storytelling too, and that comes up more often than is strictly necessary. Like, oh, all these things have happened, but I will erase your memory, and then you won't know. When clearly they should all know. Here's a cheap piece of, it's not a cheap piece of storytelling, it's one of those things that just simply does not make sense. And I'm talking specifically about the Arrowverse WB or CW? CWWB, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, the Green Arrow, Supergirl, Flash series, which we love here in the Dave household. We absolutely love those. But it starts out that one person knows the secret identity. By the end of the first season, half of the city knows the secret identity of Green Arrow or Supergirl or the Flash, because they're all like, oh, I must reveal my secret identity to this person that I care about. Well, they care about everybody. So halfway through the first season, most of the people in town know who the Flash is, and we are expected to believe all of those people can keep a secret. At no point will anyone go and say, dude, I gotta tell you, I know who the Flash is. I totally know who the Flash is. It's this guy. How is this not national news? Like, overnight. And that, by the way, is what kills a lot of conspiracy theories. Like the Kennedy assassination. You're like, oh, there's so many people involved with the Kennedy assassination, you know, these people and these people. Do we think that all of those people could keep a secret? Really? All of those people, not one of them was going to say, dude, I was totally involved in the Kennedy assassination. Of course they were. We're human beings. So that's a cheap piece of storytelling that is, it's not even storytelling, it's a huge plot hole in the Arrowverse, which is, are we really expected to believe that, you know, basically about 30 people know the secret identity of every single superhero in that universe, but nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. Because I would. I'm going to tell you, I would. And I bet you would too, if you're honest with yourself. Eventually, you'd be drunk at a bar saying, dude, I totally know who the Flash is. It's Barry Allen. Wait, Barry Allen, your buddy? Yeah, Barry Allen is the Flash. No way. No, totally way, dude. I've got photos of him on my phone being the Flash, running around all quick like. Are we expected to believe that's never happened in a bar in the Arrowverse? Because I believe that. That's what I like about Powerpuff Girls. Heroes with public identities. Yeah, I think just abandon the secret identity thing. Abandon the secret identity. And some heroes have done that. That has happened occasionally. But really, the Arrowverse is the most guilty of that. Like in the comic books, it's much more limited as to who actually knows their secret identity. But in the Arrowverse, I'm not exaggerating. They tell a new person every episode. I'm Green Arrow. Really? Yeah, I am. Don't tell anyone, mind you. Well, why can't I tell anyone? You told 7 people today that you were Green Arrow. You announced it on the bus because you felt you cared about people. So it's just a huge plot hole that I have a hard time getting over. As much as Mrs. Dave and I love the Arrowverse, and we've watched tons of that. We watched probably 80% of the Arrowverse shows. The Lincoln assassination went down that way. People involved bragging. That is true. Actually, that's very, very true. That's how it all kind of broke apart. That's how they figured it was like, yeah, dude, I was totally involved with the Lincoln assassination. You remember that guy who was president? Yeah, I totally helped to kill him. I totally did. Like, it wasn't me, but I was involved in it. I gave the gun to John Wilkes Booth or something. Yeah, exactly. People are just chatty. People are chatty. I don't like it when a TV show needs to go statuesque so no one can ever win money or get a new job or age. Yeah. And, I mean, obviously I understand that, well, you know what? I'm going to follow that up with something. Another thing that bothers me about the Arrowverse is none of these people have real jobs. The Flash technically has a real job in that he, you know, is ostensibly a CSI guy. And I guess Green Arrow, even after all his parents are dead and stuff, is still supposed to be a millionaire. Although, you know, we never... I guess he's supposed to be a millionaire. Supergirl is a reporter. Now, I'm not a reporter, but I don't understand reporters to make a ton of money. I think they have a very, not modest, but average income. So you've got a CSI guy. So you're on a government payroll. First of all, you're on a public payroll, so that's not going to be a huge amount of money. The overtime will be pretty sweet, and I bet his benefits are awesome. But you're going to make an average amount of money. Supergirl makes an average amount of money. These people, all of them, live in rock star apartments and houses. I mean, like I don't know, Bill Gates would look at their house and go, wow, that is really luxurious. I wish I had the money for that kind of apartment. Have you seen Supergirl's apartment? It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Flash lives in this beautiful home and then moves later to this unbelievable apartment. In the middle of the city, mind you. He's paying city rent. And he lives in this amazing apartment. Absolutely amazing. These people should not have this kind of money. I just want one episode. You know what I want with the next Arrowverse crossover? I want to follow the money. I want the Flash to produce his tax returns. This will be the most dramatic thing in the entire Arrowverse. Show me how you were paying for that apartment. Because that's got to be at least a $5,000 a month apartment, if not more. It's this huge loft that he lives in with what's her name there, Iris. So and Supergirl is just as guilty. They all have amazing apartments or houses. Harriet and Charlotte, welcome. What am I missing in chat here? Glasses, no glasses, glass. Yeah, no, I know. Supergirl. It's just been going on so long that we've all kind of bought into it. That Superman and Supergirl could just take off their glasses and go, oh my God, who are you? I'm going to tell you right now. If Mrs. Dave started wearing glasses, I would not automatically assume she had become a different person. If she put on glasses and walked into the room, I'm pretty confident that I can tell it's her. I mean, really. Supergirl at least goes to the effort of, like, slightly doing up her hair a little bit differently, and then when she's Supergirl, she lets all her hair down, which makes the least amount of sense in the world, because if you're flying and that hair is just whipping around your face. And actually, female superheroes in general are guilty of that. Very guilty of that. Is that if I were a female superhero and I had long hair, the very first thing I'd do before I even got my costume on would be ponytail. Why do I want I'm fighting people. And my hair is whipping around my face. Mrs. Dave and I were commenting on that. It might have been on actually one of the Arrowverse shows, where there's this female hero or villain and she has very long hair and it's just whipping across her face. Completely, it's got to be incredibly inconvenient and uncomfortable and will probably cost her the fight. If I were a female superhero, first things first, I'm not wearing high heels. Ain't happening. Can we all agree that the number one best thing about the Miss Marvel movie, or the Captain Marvel movie, is that she didn't wear high heels. She wore combat boots. Now that's what I'd rock out with if I were a female superhero. Wonder Woman? No, still in heels. Basically still in heels. Yep. Yeah. But Captain Marvel, combat boots. Loved it. And I noticed it immediately. My eyes went to her feet and I said, finally. Finally a female superhero is not wearing high heels. Now I cannot recall any time in my life that I've worn high heels. I'm not saying it's never happened, because I've done some things in my life. But I don't think I've ever worn high heels. I'm just going to go out on a limb, and Mrs. Davis confirmed this. You ain't doing a whole lot of fighting in high heels. You're barely standing up straight. God help you if you're fighting on a cobblestone street. But yeah, the hair thing. They tie your hair back. Very first thing I do. If tomorrow morning I wake up as a female superhero, A, awesome. B, hope it's Captain Marvel because she's got some pretty cool powers. And C, no high heels, tying my hair up immediately. John Constantine has a mansion in Legends of Tomorrow. But he inherited that, Spike Little Girl. I believe, if I recall correctly. And it's also kind of a dump, because nobody's taking care of it. I can almost buy that one, Spike Little Girl. A part of that may be I have a very huge bias for John Constantine. John Constantine's one of the coolest comic book characters ever created. So I might have a bit of a bias there. But John Constantine, I believe, I might be misremembering the story, but I believe he inherited that house. Also, he knows magic, and he's morally ambiguous. So I could read further and say, maybe he's done some morally ambiguous sorcery to get money. I would not put that past him at all, and neither would you. He's very morally gray, so I could say, okay, I don't know, maybe he, like, magically cheated at Vegas or something, or, made himself win the lottery or something. Now, the whole point of me saying all of that is that one of the few times that's ever been addressed was when in the comic books back in mid-'80s, late 80s, Wally West takes over as the Flash. Barry Allen disappears. Wally West takes over the Flash. Wally West is flat broke. Wally West is flat broke. It's the only time I've ever seen this addressed in a comic book that I can recall. So he's a superhero, and he's like, yeah, awesome, I'm the fastest man alive. I also can't eat tonight. I don't have, like, a job. Just because you're a superhero doesn't mean money magically appears. So he starts doing jobs for hire. And the first episode of that, not first episode, the first issue of that new Flash was one of the most brilliant pieces of writing I've ever seen in a comic book. He gets a call from a medical facility, and they say, we need this heart transplant heart to go across the country because of this huge storm. We can't get a plane out. Can you run this heart across the country? He says, absolutely, I can run the heart across the country. It can be there even faster than the plane. And they're like, oh, thank you. He says, okay, and here's my fee for that. And they're like, what? He's like, I can't do this for free. I think I'm going to run across the country for free? I got to eat. I have to pay for an apartment. Here's my fee for running this human heart across the country like you would any other medical transport. And I think that was actually in the writing. He's like, you'd pay any other medical transport to do this? Why are you not paying me? Just because I'm a superhero? I don't got to eat? And they pay him. And they pay him. They're like, okay, send us your bill. It was brilliant. It was absolutely a brilliant piece of writing to finally address superheroes and money. Nobody ever does that. He had a ghost witch, his old girlfriend, in one of his rooms. Oh, yeah, if I had a nickel for every time. Is Constantine's mansion also magical? Everything's magical. Everything's magical with Constantine. That's one of the reasons I like him. He won it at a poker game with the owner. Yeah, see, that sounds like Constantine. And I would not be surprised if he sort of magically fixed that. Again, he's morally ambiguous. I can believe that he's done sketchy things to get money. I have no problem believing that. I do have a problem believing the Supergirl has done sketchy things to get money, and yet she lives in this rock star mansion of an apartment. I mean, you look at the apartment, it's okay. It's not like it's got gold faucets or anything. But I look at that apartment, and I know that's in the middle of a major metropolitan city where rents are triple or quadruple what they would be in the suburbs. And I'm telling you right now, you ain't making that on a reporter's salary. I don't care that you're a really good reporter, because she's not doing anything else to make money. Most reporters, the reporting is just what gets them famous. Like, take Bob Woodward. The reporting got him famous. The books made him the money. I don't see Supergirl writing a book. I don't see Supergirl being a, New York Times bestseller, or wherever it is she lives, Metropolis bestseller. That's why I like Constantine. He's so sneaky. Indeed, he is. If he ran fast enough, he could probably get the heart there yesterday. Well, if he ran fast enough and he had the doctoring skills, he could probably actually, he could probably just go get the patient and bring the patient to the heart. But yeah, it was a really good piece of writing. I had never seen that at the time. That was quite revolutionary to me, to see a superhero talk about, I got to get paid. I can't run around being the fastest man alive for free. I mean, yeah, part of the story is he sees someone getting attacked on the run and does stop to help them and almost doesn't get the heart there on time. So it's not that he's being a colossal jerk about it. He's just saying, you would pay a medical transport company however much money to do this job, and I can do it better and faster, so you're going to pay me. And I thought that was very, very good. In today's strip, Hero wants $40 for saving a citizen from Mugger. I think that's a very good rate. Citizen only has 20, so he gives that to the Mugger as a cheaper option. That is funny. That is funny. I have a friend over helping clean up my dad's stuff, and he's cracking up over Supergirl. Thank you. Thank you. I hope your friend agrees that the very first thing I'm doing when I turn into a female superhero tomorrow morning, which, again, would be awesome. I think it might be a tough transition for Mrs. Dave, particularly that first morning. But I think the very first thing I'm doing is tying my hair in a ponytail, wearing combat boots, and probably not a cape. I always get a chuckle out of the... I don't think it ever came up in the movie. It might have, and I missed it. Or I just don't remember it. But in the Watchmen graphic novel series, there's the whole thing about one of the heroes dies because he gets his cape caught up in a revolving door and the criminals just shoot him because he's all tangled up. I would probably go no cape. Yeah, no cape, ponytail, combat boots. And I ain't wearing a skirt like Supergirl. Thank God she finally got pants in the last season. She even said it. Like, just pants. Amazing. I'm sorry, I'm flying. I am literally above people's heads. I don't need anyone looking up. Inspired recruitment, Kalian. That would be awesome because we have 2 prisoners. However, we're not allowed to recruit them. That will actually fail the quest. Oh, I should take Kalian. Oh, hang on. Pause. I gotta take Kalian off of wardening then. Yeah, okay, you're not doing wardening. Good. Yeah, don't do wardening. I cannot. I mean, we're not on recruit, but just in case. Just in case. Barry Allen takes up sponsorship ads on his suit. Why not? Why not? You'd put a Nike ad on there. I bet Nike would pay a lot of money for that. But no, he's a CSI guy. And he's like a low-rent CSI guy. He never shows up to work. The only reason he hasn't been fired is because his father-in-law is the chief. We all know that. I would have fired Barry Allen ages ago, because he's never there. There's no other crimes happening in that town except the ones he's concerned with. This is the thing. The only crimes that happen concern Barry Allen in some way. No other crimes happen in that town. Joshua, welcome. Joshua, I need your opinion on 3 things. If you woke up tomorrow morning as a female superhero, A, awesome. B, would you wear your hair in a ponytail? And C, what would be your shoe choice? D, cape or no cape? I'm going to need a report on all of that, please. So yeah, Barry Allen, there is no crime in that town that doesn't involve him. I'm pretty confident there is. I'm pretty confident people get murdered. And there are car accidents and all sorts of things that would need a CSI person. But he never shows up because apparently all crimes... And when he does turn up on a case as Barry Allen CSI dude, somehow it involves him. Somehow it magically involves him. Like, we thought this was just a common murder, but now we see it's something for the Flash. P.S. How the heck are you affording that apartment? You know what? If I was his father-in-law, I really like that actor, by the way. I loved him when he was in Law and Order, and he's just as good in The Flash. He's a little weak in The Flash. I think he had a stronger role in Law and Order. He was just a ace detective in Law and Order. I loved him then. But if I was his father-in-law, I'd be like, where are you getting this money from? Because Barry, I'm a cop, and I know you should not have this kind of money to afford that kind of apartment. Do you think you and Mrs. Dave would be able to would Mrs. Dave be able to love you regardless of your gender, species, and other factors, as long as your personality didn't change? Yes. We've actually had that chat. We've had that. I am Mr. Contingency Plan. Now, I don't think I'm ever going to wake up as a female superhero, but we've actually had that talk about if this happened, and ultimately we would absolutely, if she woke up tomorrow as a man, which is not my inclination. If it's somebody else's inclination, awesome, rock it out. But not necessarily my inclination. I would still love him. There would just be other factors that probably wouldn't happen. I think we can probably draw our own conclusions from that. So yeah, if it was her personality, then absolutely, and the same goes for me, for her. Barry Allen also owns Star Labs. Okay, show me the patents. Show me how Star Lab... And how does Barry Allen own Star Labs? How did that happen? Was that a transfer? Was that what happened when what's-his-name... I'm going to say died, but like the discussion we were having earlier has kept coming back to life over and over again. I don't think the Flash should advertise Viagra. No, not at all. Okay, hang on. Joshua's got his report in. No to the ponytail. Really? No to the ponytail. That is interesting. Bare feet, I'm assuming you mean... feet without shoes rather than the feet of a bear. But maybe you don't. So your superhero is Bear Woman. Bitten by a radioactive bear. And okay, awesome superhero, Joshua. Flat out awesome superhero. Bitten by a radioactive bear. You have... but somehow not completely. So you just have bare feet. And, like, not the bare jaw or strength or anything like that. I like where you're going with it, Joshua. I kind of feel it's a limiting superpower. It's a limiting superpower to just have bare feet. Do bears move quite quickly? I mean, I've seen them sort of, I guess gallop is the correct term, and they can move. So is there any sort of super speed involved with having bare feet? Yeah, I'm feeling it's a limited superpower. Joshua. I'm not saying don't go for it. I mean, you be you. If you want to be Bear Woman, but your power is limited to your feet, then great. I definitely feel you're right with the no cape move there, because you don't want the cape to draw attention away from the bare feet. The bare feet should be the focus. You should look, if I'm a villain, let's just say I'm a common mugger. I think I would be an uncommon mugger. But anyway, let's just say I'm a mugger, and you show up on scene, and you're wearing this billowing cape a la Spawn. That is going to detract my attention away from your bare feet. And I want to be afraid of your bare feet. That's what you're selling me. That's what you're marketing to me. You, as Bear Woman, are coming in and saying, I have bare feet. I have been bitten by a radioactive bear, but it didn't quite take all the way. So it's not like a Spider-Man gig where I have the full powers of a spider. I have just 2 bare feet, which is, commonly bears have 4 bare feet. You just got 2 of them. I don't really know. 30 miles an hour, Joshua. Okay, so you would run at me at 30 miles an hour, which, to be fair, is extremely fast for a human. Not as fast as, say, a car. So if I, the mugger, look at Bear Woman, who has been bitten by a radioactive bear, but it didn't quite take. It didn't really set in. You've got 2 bare feet. And I get in my car. I immediately feel I can escape from you by going about 32 miles, by going the speed limit. By going the speed limit, I can comfortably escape from Bear Woman, who again was bitten by a radioactive bear. Didn't quite set in all the way, didn't quite take, basically just has bare feet. But I like the no cape idea because I don't want to be distracted by your cape. You're not selling me a cape, you're selling me Bear Woman. So go with the no cape. I feel you should go ponytail, because if you do get in a fight, like if somehow my car stalls and you are able to catch up with me at 30 miles an hour, eventually, after I have driven a few miles away at the normal speed limit, attracting no attention to myself, I feel if we do get in a fight, then you're going to want the ponytail for not getting in the way, not flopping all over your face and such what. But I admire your decision to go au naturel, if you will, and let your hair down. Maybe you just have short hair. Bears traditionally do have short hair. Maybe that's a side effect of being bitten by a radioactive bear, is that your hair you can't grow long hair. It becomes the length of bear hair. Do bears have hair or fur? There is a difference. Hair grows, fur doesn't. I guess they have fur. Okay, so I see where you're going. Okay, now I'm getting it. Now the picture of Bear Woman is coming together. And the picture is, again, the bare feet. That's obvious. That's the, that's the marketing point there. That's what you're selling the public. And no cape. And bare fur for hair, which would, of course, be shorter. The mugger obeys the residential speed limit. Yeah, I think if you're going like 31, 32, you can easily escape from Bear Woman over the course of a few miles. You get bitten by a radioactive bear, but you still half-treated your wounds, stopping it from fully spreading. Yeah, thank you, Tyler. It is fur. Yeah, there's a difference. Fur does not grow longer. Hair does. So fur is basically a fixed length. That's why some dogs have fur and some dogs have hair. That's why some you have to take the groomers, some you don't. Anyway, so, wait, are you actually Bear Woman? I feel I've talked about it so much, you might have actually become... Anyway, so, yeah, Spike Little Girl says no capes. Spike Little Girl is on the no capes move. I mean, the cape does add a dramatic flair. There's no question about that. The cape is, it's a thing for superheroes. It's a thing for superheroes. And I get why Batman wears the cape, because he's kind of sinister and he uses his cape for fighting. Basically, he sort of, flings it around and confuses his assailants and whatnot. But Bear Woman, again, who was bitten by a radioactive bear, but it didn't really take. I think you're selling me the feet. Batman is selling me sinister. Batman's selling me make you afraid. And I got that. He's working that. He's working that all day. But Bear Woman, you're going to want to draw most of your attention to the feet. In fact, okay, I'm going to put this in a... You know what? Let's make this bold. On your chest, you actually have an arrow pointing... like 2 arrows pointing down your legs. That's part of your costume. So people will be natural, their eyes will be drawn to the bare feet. I wonder if Bear Woman can hibernate. No, probably not. Probably not, because, it's really just the feet and the fur. And the fur is just on the head. So really what you have is like a buzz cut, really. Just sort of a short haircut. Polar bear fur is not actually white. It just looks white. Oh, well then now we have to consider, what kind of bear is it? Well, now we were into a whole different thing. Because as we learned earlier in chat before Joshua even got here, brown bears are prone to extortion and protection rackets, where black bears are not. So therefore, is Bear Woman a criminal? This is what we have to ask now. Is it not Bear Woman the hero, but Bear Woman, who was bitten by a radioactive bear but it didn't quite take, the criminal? Do we have to protect ourselves from Bear Woman? Which we can comfortably do, driving 31 to 32 miles an hour, driving the residential speed limit. Yeah, God help Bear Woman if we get on the highway. We're just going to leave her in the dust. Cape can be good for gliding or shielding yourself from fire, but they can get stuck in things. Yes. There's a very famous episode of the Super Friends way back in the day where Batman gets his cape stuck in a machine and Robin has to save him from, having his head crushed by some sort of crushing type machine. So yeah, the cape can be a liability. I think Batman uses it the best. I think we'd all be on the same page that Batman is the most skilled at using the cape. I know in the Supergirl Arrowverse thing, they made this thing where it was like, I don't know, I forget what the problem was, but she solved it with her cape. And it worked, I guess. I don't know, some sort of kryptonite or I don't know. Anyway, whatever the problem was, she solved it by, I don't know, putting her cape out in front of her. Bear Woman is the hero we need, but is she? Is she? Because if she's descended from a radioactive brown bear, then she's going to be prone to criminal activities, as we've learned. So I think we have to look suspiciously at Bear Woman, whatever you prefer. It's all fine. Maybe just bear with an E on the end to make it a little more feminine. But then people will just go, wait, it's a bear, but it's not really a bear. So they'd be confused. They'd be looking for a whole bear, and what they got was 2 bare feet and a short haircut. So that would probably, you know what? It's not selling it. It's not marketing it. Again, focus on the feet. Focus on the feet for that. Yeah, don't go off script with this. You need to hold their attention because you're desperately clinging to being a superhero at all, or a supervillain, as the case may be. If you're going supervillain, probably go Legion of Doom because they take in a lot of not spectacular supervillains. I mean, God, the Riddler got in there, and all he does is tell riddles. That's literally his air quotes power. His air quotes power is tattling on people because he would always send the Justice League or the Super Friends, as the case may be, like a detailed riddle that plotted out their entire crime. Like, hey, we're going to be at the bank at 3 p.m. robbing it. Except he'd couch it all in a riddle, and then, surprise, surprise, the Super Friends would be at the bank at 3 o'clock stopping them. Because they have the supercomputer that told them the answer to everything all the time. So, yeah, maybe go Legion of Doom. Maybe Bear Woman is like Catwoman playing both sides. Possibly. I feel Catwoman is going to be a lot more acrobatic. Because here's my other issue with just having 2 bare feet. Bare feet are ridiculously larger than a human foot, I am led to understand. Now, I've seen bears. I've seen bears in the zoo. They have much bigger feet than we do. Much bigger feet. So I feel you don't seem... I mean, we haven't discussed, and I don't think Bear Woman has corresponding legs. This is the thing. You see where I'm going with this. He doesn't have corresponding legs. So you don't have bare legs to support that. You just have the bare feet, which are going to be very, very heavy. You know what? I'm going to take this a step further. I don't think you're getting to that 30 miles an hour. Because when you're talking about 30 miles an hour, you're talking about 30 miles an hour as a bear. Now, bears are very good at being bears. They've been doing it for many, many years, I am led to understand. But humans with bare feet are going to be very clunky and clumsy, I feel. Like, imagine if you just strapped an extra 10 pounds to your feet. Each foot got an extra 10 pounds. I don't know how much barefoot weighs. Somebody needs to literally immediately Google that, because now I can't stop thinking about it. How much does a single bare foot weigh? We need this answer immediately. I need to know how much a bare foot weighs. Average. I'm not asking for... And let's go brown bear. let's just I don't know what well, actually I do know what the biggest bear is. It's a polar bear, because that's not like the world's largest carnivore, I believe. Anyway, so it doesn't need to be polar bear. Let's go brown bear. Let's go common bear. Common, regular, everyday bear that you might see down at the Starbucks. How much does a single bear foot weigh? Because if you've got two of them, but you have regular human legs, you're going to be very, very clunky. This is always the problem when movies put in, or any sort of sci-fi media puts in, somebody getting a bionic arm and nothing else. Because automatically they somehow have super strength. But it's the arm that's strong, what it's attached to isn't. So when they're, I don't know, pulling a bus with their bionic arm, what should be happening is they're ripping their bionic arm out of their non-bionic socket, because the rest of the body is not equipped to deal with that. Do we have an answer on how much a barefoot weighs? Because I'm really, really curious. I'm really, really curious. Hang on. Barefoot was short-lived myth like Bigfoot. Oh, okay. 175 pounds? No, it can't possibly be 175 pounds. Harriet and Charlotte. You can't tell me a single barefoot weighs 175 pounds. That's like more than me. That's like a single foot. How much does the whole bear weigh? Can you buy bears by the pound? I don't know. I don't need the answer to that question, but I do want to clarify the 175 pounds thing, because that seems very heavy for a single bear foot. I mean, I know bears are heavy, don't get me wrong. A bear is probably, like half a ton or something. But 175 pounds for a single foot? That seems... Okay, well, Bear Woman's not leaving the house then. Bear Woman isn't even getting out of the door. Never mind get up to 30 miles an hour. Bear Woman is not getting out of the door. So you're telling me 175 pounds for a single foot, and Bear Woman's got two of them. 350 pounds extra that Bear Woman is carrying around. No chance Bear Woman is even leaving the house. She's going to have to apply for some sort of disability. They're going to have to come to her house and go, "Oh my God, you have two bare feet. What happened to you?" And she will say, "I was bitten by a radioactive bear. It didn't really take very well. I ended up with two bare feet and a very short haircut. You'll notice I don't have a ponytail or a cape. Can I please have some sort of disability, because I literally cannot leave my house. These bare feet weigh 350 pounds. Tyler's weighing in that the bear itself weighs 1,300 pounds. Okay. Now, bears do have very short legs. So, I mean, a lot of their leg is foot, if you follow me on that. A lot of their leg is foot. Maybe 175 pounds is accurate. So, yeah, we kind of solved the Bear Woman issue. We've put Bear Woman to bed. Bear Woman's not getting out of her house. Secret identity or no. Bear Woman is housebound. Because I don't think Bear Woman's legs are carrying... I'm going to tell you right now. If I strapped 175 pounds to my foot, I can't move. I cannot move. She'd have a great kick. No, she wouldn't, Bird Brain. She'd never be able to kick. She'd literally be glued to the floor at all times, because you could not possibly lift that with a human leg. I mean, I suppose, like, World's Strongest Man could, but you ain't going far. And I'm going to tell you right now, you are not running 30 miles an hour. The hell you're running 30 miles an hour. Don't even tell me you're running 30 miles an hour. You aren't running, period, and you are not getting across your apartment without collapsing in exhaustion. Welcome to Weird Alternative Stories with Dave. Today's Random Madness, Strange Superhero Powers. Hey, don't look at me. Tyler brought it up. Or Joshua, excuse me. Joshua brought it up with the whole Bear Woman thing. I didn't start this. He's the one who said he has two bare feet as a female human superhero. A female human superhero with two bare feet. You're not moving. You are not moving. Bare feet weigh up to 175 pounds. Well, dang. No, actually, strangely, Harriet, a bear is a sheep. I know, it is, it's unusual to think of it that way, but no, a bear is a sheep. Yeah, a bear is indeed a sheep. All bears are sheep. It does not differentiate. She would not have a great kick at all, Bird Brains. Would not be able to lift that leg. Can we give Bear Woman appropriate muscles? Well, I think those, just on trying to move at all, you would develop some muscles in your legs, but not enough to move 350 pounds on a regular basis. Damn, not enough to fight. Not at all. I don't care. You would be glued to the floor. You would absolutely you would not be able to move. You'd basically, maybe if you got, okay, all right, I've got it. Yep, I've got it. Everyone huddle up. Bear woman wears roller skates. Bear-sized roller skates. Big, industrial grade roller skates. Maybe made for her by a billionaire genius like Tony Stark or something. Because they'd have to be heavy-duty roller skates. Like awesome heavy-duty roller skates. Because you're supporting 350 pounds plus the weight of Bear Woman herself. I don't know her weight, but plus the weight of Bear Woman herself. Hang on, there's actually a quest. I have to go play RimWorld. I know, I'm shocked. I noticed the one dislike that I usually get because I'm never playing RimWorld when people turn in for RimWorld. Okay, 20 medieval sailor, hiding. If she joins you, the persona will hit Stabby's Hope with psychic expression waves. That's it? So we're going to be a little sleepy for 6.8 days. Oh god, yes. Actually, can I check out Syl first? No more information is available. Taking a gamble here. You know what? I'll totally take it. I will totally take it. So we're going to be a little bit sleepy for a little while. That's it. That's the only thing that happens. We're going to have a psychic suppression. We'll move a little more slowly. Okay, where was I with Bear Woman? I don't immediately... Okay, there's the psychic suppression. And there's Syl. Okay, Syl, tell me about yourself. What's going on with you? Wow. You are so awful. You are so terrible. You're a pyromaniac who wants to do drugs. You will do no firefighting and no skilled labor. Okay, I think I found a new organ donor. I think that's exactly... And we're paying for that with a psychic expression. Well, there's worse things we could pay for. Wow. For right now, Syl, you're going to get this bed. And then I'm probably going to harvest your organs. I'm just saying. You are terrible. You're so terrible. You can't do anything. You do have an art skill. I could just make you make art all day long. But I'm probably going to harvest your organs. Bear Woman the model. Okay, yeah, so back to Bear Woman's weight. So you got 350 pounds on the feet, and then whatever Bear Woman weighs. You're going to need some heavy-duty roller skates to deal with that, but I feel that's a conquerable thing. I feel that's a speed bump that we can get over. Is to say, yep, somebody like Tony Stark made super awesome, big, heavy-duty roller skates, and now Bear Woman can roller skate places. Which makes way more sense. 175 pounds is the average weight of the whole black bear, not the foot. I don't believe that either, though, Jayhawk. That's going the other end. Because now that's too light. A whole bear is way more than 175 pounds. It's got to be more than 175 pounds. You're saying a bear is like slightly heavier than me. I don't feel that's realistic. I'm having trouble with both ends of the spectrum there, Jayhawk and Harriet and Charlotte, in that the foot weighs 175 pounds or the whole bear weighs 175 pounds. But let's take it as read that it is, in fact, 175 pounds for the foot. And I'm more inclined to believe that a whole bear wears 1,300 pounds. That makes a lot of sense. But I think roller skates are the only way that you're getting out of it. Unless you have a sidekick and a cart. Like one of those shipping carts that they move boxes around with, then your sidekick could wheel you around, not very quickly, admittedly, and it's an awkward entrance. You'd show up like Hannibal Lecter in a cart, and possibly strapped to it, I don't know. And then once you got there, you're effectively glued to the floor again, so you're not going to be able to move very far. Tony Stark made the Iron Bear suit. Hang on. Joshua's got... Why do I have to approve that, Josh? That's weird. Black bears are much smaller than grizzlies. Okay, fair enough. So a black bear is much smaller and might indeed be 175 pounds. Well, maybe Bear Woman has to have black bear feet. That would be much smaller. In which case, we're back on board with Bear Woman actually being able to move at all. But now I'm kind of into the roller skate idea. I'm kind of grooving on Bear Woman on roller skates. Maybe some sort of spangly suit or something. The article is estimating bear weight by footprint length. Oh, okay. I did not even know you could estimate weight by that, but I assume you probably could. How about Bare Hands Boy? Yeah? Well, maybe Bare Hands Boy is the kid with the cart. I don't know if I trust the cart with a kid, though. An adult male brown bear will weigh, on average, 1,322 pounds. Yeah, which is, somebody else that said 1,300 pounds. That I believe. That I can buy into immediately. I've seen bears. I've seen bears in the zoo. They're big. But I guess, like Jayhawk is saying, a brown bear is, or a black bear rather. Sorry, Joshua is saying a black bear is much smaller than a grizzly bear. I could buy that as well. We're all on the same page that polar bears are big. Should I kill this megasloth? I kind of feel I should. I'd like to eat him and wear him. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. What else is... I should check in on RimWorld. Oh, look, they built my wall since I've been talking about Bear Woman. This is all good. Everything's good here. Great. We just need to keep continuing the wall action. And I see we've accumulated quite a few granite blocks since the last time. So I'm going to start building the western wall. I've got a fidgety bit of mud, though. That is a little tricky to work around. What did I just say? I had a lot of granite. Okay. So get me a granite wall. Bear with me while I briefly play RimWorld. Get me a... Can I put it out into the mud that way? Oh, I can. Good. Not that way, though. Okay. That's fussy. It'd be a little weird. I can do it here. And then can I bring it just down here? Yeah, we're fine over here. Everything's fine. Everything's 100% fine. I'll put another trap corridor in there. I'll bring it down here just in case I feel like going out like that. Oh, what just happened there? That was weird. Go that way. Now do it this way, like I told you to in the first place. Okay, that and a door up there. Now let me just bang out another little trap corridor here. In fact, I'm going to spin this in a weird direction because, it's me. Let's spin that way over there, and then I'm going to bring it down here. We're going to make these people work for it on this end of the stick over here. And spike traps, go, here, here, here. Oops, did that one wrong. I'll be right back. I did it wrong. It's all fine. Everything's 100% fine. Everybody just needs to stop panicking. Right, that, and that, and that, and that. That's a good chunk of traps there. Ooh, doors. Don't forget doors. Otherwise, they're all going to kill themselves when they try and repair these things. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one. There we go. I'm happy with that. Koala woman would be awesome. And very cute and cuddly. Yes, probably very sleepy, I would imagine. Koalas seem like they don't do much during a day. And koala woman would have a very limited diet. What with the bamboo and all. Is it bamboo? No, those pandas. Eucalyptus. That's koalas. I do remember Marvel having a mutant who could shift into a brown bear. Ursa Major, yes! That's actually a great superhero team. Because they were basically the counterparts to the X-Men. They were like the Russian X-Men. So that was Ursa Major, Darkstar, I believe was her name, and who else? There was I don't know, Captain Russia or whatever it was. He had the hammer and the sickle. I remember that. He was very cool. And then there was someone else who I can't immediately remember, but one of them was like a spy. Yeah, that was a good... They fought the Hulk. There was a good two-parter when they fought the Hulk. Very, very good. Are there any factions on RimWorld who oppose you building a wall? All of the ones who are eventually going to walk into it. Oh, Zygon is back. Welcome. Welcome. So yeah, all of the ones who are eventually going to walk into the spike traps. No, there's just naturally hostile factions, and they'll come a raiding, and this wall will help us defend. Because they will, most of them, until you get into the later game, most of the raiders will automatically go for any open space in a wall. Have I created an open space in the wall? I have, yeah. So they're just going to gravitate towards the open space in the wall, completely ignoring the fact that there's a bunch of traps in the way. They don't care. They see an open space in the wall. They will favor that open space with a trap more than the one with the door. So rather than bash this door down, they will walk through the trap corridor because it's open, and that's what they're going to gravitate towards. Later in the game, that will get more fussy. Later in the game, they're going to get smarter than that, and eventually they'll just start jetpacking into our base or tunneling up from underneath it. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes along. Are you part koala with all the superpowers thereof? Please say yes. Yeah, what would be a koala's superpower? Being nappy, just being kind of sleepy all the time. I feel that that's what you would get as a koala. Again, a restrictive diet, too. A restrictive diet. Chuck Norris woman would be awesome. I think we have Chuck Norris woman somewhere. Mila Jovovich springs to mind immediately. It's the reason I watch Resident Evil movies. It's for Mila Jovovich kicking butt constantly on a daily basis. I would put Mila Jovovich up against Chuck Norris, and I would not bet on that fight. There is no clear winner there. Have you talked about Mrs. Dave? Is there a Davy or a Dave? No, there is no. No, there is no progeny. The world has quite enough Daves, thank you. The world has plenty of me. One is quite enough, and probably too much, depending on whom you ask. So no, there is not. I remember from people from PETA being against the wall. It prevented the South American jaguar from breeding in Texas. I bet the Texans were pretty keen on that. The Texans were like, yeah, could we not have jaguars, please? I'm going to tell you, we've got enough problems in Texas. Let's not have jaguars. I'm guessing that was their major reason for going for the wall. It wasn't an immigration issue, it was a jaguar issue. Koala is a type of bear, very like bare feet. You're right, but I feel if Bear Woman has been bitten by a radioactive koala, I don't think anyone's going to care, because Bear Woman's going to spend most of the day asleep. I don't think Bear Woman's even going to get the impetus up to be a superhero or villain, because Bear Woman will largely take a nap for probably... I feel it's like a cat. This is, there's the thing with Catwoman. Why isn't Catwoman asleep for 20 hours a day? I get it. She wasn't bitten by a radioactive cat. She's not a real cat person. I get that. I understand that. But if you're going to emulate cats so much, Catwoman should be asleep for about 20 hours. And then spend 10 minutes running around like a maniac. And then the rest of her time she can be a sort of weird superhero and villain at the same time. That's what I would write if I were writing Catwoman. Oh, speaking of raids, there's a raid. Okay, where's the raid? Oh, are you just going to walk right through my trap corridor? Probably. Probably. I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to just get through this raid. I want to see where they're going to go. Oh, there's some 0%ers down there, too. That'll come in handy. Oh, and a bunch of steel. I didn't see this steel before. Nobody go and mine this right now, because there's raiders right there. In fact, just take out this whole block. There's all sorts of good stuff in there. Somebody get down there eventually. So don't go mining that right now, because there's 2 raiders, but in the future, after we've dealt with Caribou and Viper... That sounds like a supervillain team-up right there. Caribou and Viper. One really dangerous villain, and one, dangerous if angered, but overall rather placid. Okay, are you guys going to attack? I just want to see if you're going to go through my trap corridors. Because if you are, I don't even need to pay attention to you. Raids have happened, and I've completely missed them because they just stumble into the trap corridor. Halle Berry was part cat in behavior for a Catwoman take on stuff. I never watched that movie. Could not be bothered with that in the slightest. Good effort, folks, but no, I'm good, thank you. Raid, everyone assemble, please. Everyone assemble down here. They're not going for any of the trap corridor areas. That's fine. I haven't finished my wall yet. It's all going to be fine. We're just going to shoot them in their raider face. Very, very easily. There's only 2 of them, so once we take out this one, who is armed with a knife, so he's probably not going to even make it to us. Yeah, go. Okay, Viper's dead. And the other guy is fleeing. Okay, everyone off duty. There's some jade we can go grab here. And, oh no, don't strip him. I actually just meant you to allow him. Thank you. And the knife. Thank you very much. Okay, that'll all work out nicely. Oh, koala is a type of bear like feet. Yeah, I saw that bit. Okay, I'm already caught up. Yay, I'm caught up on chat. Then in that case, that is an excellent time to call it on the stream for Saturday. I think that's it. We had a raid. It was a very exciting ending. I don't know what else happened in RimWorld. If anyone lets me know, that's cool. I wasn't really paying attention. So, as is usual. That I swear to God, that one dislike every single week is somebody tuning in expecting to see RimWorld gameplay, and then I show up and ruin their dreams. Ruin their day completely. So guys, I'm going to call the stream right there. It is time to put some food in my stomach and all of that good stuff. Hop in the shower. And then largely do nothing at all for the rest of the evening. Possibly I might be playing RimWorld. It's entirely possible. Vosra says burgers and fries. Kind of. Actually, we are going out to eat tonight for the first time since COVID. So, yeah, we are actually going out. It's really quite remarkable. And somewhat nerve-wracking, but it'll be nice to finally eat out in a real restaurant for once. So, yes, we are patronizing a local restaurant, supporting local businesses and all that, and going out to eat in the first time since COVID hit. So we're very excited about eating somebody else's food that isn't ours. It's good. Anyway, guys, I will check you guys later. Thank you guys so very, very much for coming out. I really do respect that you take time out of your real day to watch this bizarre nonsense that I do, and I appreciate every second of it. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week. We'll do, some more House Flipper next Friday. We'll do some more RimWorld next Saturday. And apart from that, you know where to find me. I'm not hiding.